All right, I told you earlier on the show we'd have potential surprises on this program today. And here it is right now for you. It's like Christmas. It's like Hanukkah. It's like Thanksgiving. It's like Easter. It's like your birthday. It's like, all of it rolled into one. Look who it is. Goldie on ice. Steve Goldstein from the Florida Panthers, the legendary play-by-play TV voice of the Stanley Cup champs. Look at him. And the founder of Goldie's Gang, the best charity of all time in America and South Florida, my dear friend, Steve Goldstein. Steve, it's great to see it. It literally made my day that we finally got you on the show. And I got to go back to all your brilliant work with Randy and all the hard work year after year of calling these games. Since I've known you, you landed that gig and you busted your ass night after night calling games. What was it like to finally win a ring? Because I remember when you won it, I reached out to you on social media. I was so happy for you two guys. First of all, your cohort he's an idiot. I love him. He's so funny. I think he's a great color guy, the best in the league. And then to see you two guys get rings, it really made me happy. More than just the Panthers winning, because I kind of like the Panthers a little. I'm a Penguin fan. But to see my two friends win a ring, it made me so happy for you.
Well, Ferrall, I mean, what an introduction. I appreciate it, man. You know, I've known you for a long time. I love you. Love your success that you're having. Appreciated you playing in my golf tournament when you were down here in South Florida helping the kids through Goldie's Gang. It was an incredible feeling. You know, I was so happy for, Vinny Viola and his family and Doug Sifu and the owners who came in when the thing was, not doing real well and put in all that time, all that effort, and all of the people that worked for the team that worked so hard every single day. So I was thrilled, and I was really thrilled for all of those people. And then the fans, the ones that have stuck by the team and the new fans as well, but the ones that have been there the whole time, you're just thrilled for so many different people. And then you get to know a guy like coach of the team, who's a salt of the earth guy, Paul Maurice, who was waiting 27 years to win the thing and actually in there every day, not just sitting up top like I am, calling the games, the easy job. It was an amazing feeling. And the incredible thing, Ferrall, we sit here on May 1st, and they've got such a legitimate shot to win the thing again. And in hockey, that's not supposed to happen.
So I saw my team win it back-to-back twice, and they won it 5 times. They won Game 7 in Detroit in 2009 at Joe Louis with the Flower making that great save at the end. And that doesn't happen, winning at Joe Louis against the Red Wings after you'd lost to him the year before. So when they won, it was the greatest thing. Honestly, it was better than the birth of my children or even meeting my wife, 34C. You know her. I don't care about them as much as I do the hockey. I love them, but not on that kind of like real spiritual love affair type sexual love I have for the Penguins. But when the Panthers, they have a shot for sure to do it. And they just, last night, I mean, I think Bennett had the game-winning goal, and all of a sudden they added, TikTok, another couple, the empty netter, and they buried the Lightning 4-1. It was supposed to be this great 7-game series, and the Lightning were going to beat the Panthers, and none of that happened. And it's over again, and the Lightning are basically your bitch.
Well, those first 3, so they played 4 of the last 5 years in the playoffs. Every year, the winner of that series, and they played either the first or second round. Right. Every year, the winner of the series has gone on to the Cup. One of the Florida teams has played for the Cup for 5 years in a row. So it is amazing what's going on with the game here in South Florida. I thought, Ferrall, you go back to the series in 21 and 22, the Panthers learned their lessons from Tampa Bay. And it's amazing because in those first 2 series, the Lightning won 8 out of 10 games. It was a 6-game series and a 4-game series. Now in the last 2 series, the last 12 months, the Panthers have won 8 out of 10 games, only been a 5-game series. I think a lot of people bought into how the Panthers were kind of playing late in the season. They didn't have Tkachuk. They didn't have Ekblad. Bennett got hurt for a few games. Kulikov was hurt. They knew this team is as good on the road as they are at home, maybe even better on the road. They knew it didn't really matter where they finished. So, for a number of reasons, with guys being out of the lineup, Panthers didn't really have the pedal to the metal the last 4 to 6 weeks. They didn't really need to, and they really couldn't with the guys that they had. They also had a schedule. They played 9 games in the last 15 days. I think a lot of people bought into that erroneously, and then all of a sudden the playoffs come. Remember, Matthew Tkachuk had never played a game with Seth Jones and Brad Marchand on his team until game one, and it all came together. Now they just look like an absolute wagon, and it's going to be tough to someone to beat them, all things being equal, 4 times in 2 weeks.
He's Marchand. I thought his pass to Lundell last night on that 2-1 goal was sickening, and it reminded me of all the times he did it in Boston, because I've always hated his ass as a Penguin fan. Like, he's the guy you don't want to. You want him on your team. You don't want to be playing against him. He's a rat.
Right.
I can't stand him, but he's perfect on that team. I even, I was friends with Maurice through the years. He liked my show. I think he's, you said salt of the earth. He's just the greatest. He's a really cool dude. He's got a sense of humor, and yet he still does his job like a champ. I mean, this guy's been doing this, I think, like 23 years as a head coach in the league. Something like that. It's crazy. But if there's one guy that I thought that could have, like, it's Kid Gensel, who I've always loved. If he was on that team, Christ, they'd win 3 or 4 in a row. I mean, that guy he was really a badass for the Lightning in that series, even though they got their ass beat. Can you imagine having that kid on that Panther team?
Gensel is a great player, and I think people look at him. He's not the biggest guy, kind of a slight frame, but you're 100% right. I think he learned a lot from Sidney Crosby in those years in Pittsburgh. He's a gamer, man. And it's funny because, Stamkos leaves Ferrall. Gensel basically takes his spot. And for the 2 years in this series, the Panthers beating the Lightning in 5 games in the first round, the only guys that did anything was Stamkos last year. He scored 5 goals, and Gensel this year. So, Jake Gensel was honestly, he was their best player, and it really may not even be close on that team. He was their best player, and probably by far in the series.
So you do Dolphin stuff. You've done everything. You've done talk shows. You go on millions of shows. Do you get your rocks off the most calling hockey games? Like I did it with the Thrashers, and I was crazy, as you know, doing it. But no one ever said I sucked. I was good at doing it. I was just crazy. I drank. I partied. I didn't give an F. But do you get your rocks off doing it, or do you still like doing all the other stuff too? Or that is your lover? Is the hockey now your lover?
It's number 2 besides being on with you, Ferrall. I mean, when I'm on with you, it's like here. Then you go to Barkov, Tkachuk, Bobrovsky, Forsling, Ekblad. Then maybe you go to Tua, Tua Tagovailoa. And no, honestly, hockey is such an amazing game. You know this. And the intensity, and when you have a team that plays the way they play, it's awesome. I told you this before, Ferrall, for 20 years. I get treated amazingly well. We got our new broadcast, Script Sports, amazing. Right. So I absolutely love it, 100%.
Goldie on ice, I love you. Good luck. I know you're going to beat the Leafs' ass.